All right, folks. Dear Rudy, first learned about playing Magic when I was around 10, 11 years old from my Catholic grade school friend. Back when Magic was not looked fondly upon in religious communities. The first card that I ever remember seeing was Leviathan from the Dark set on top of my friend's dresser. Fast forward several years, outside of college and working a normal job. Decided to stop complaining about not having beta power cards and started the process to purchase all the cards that you now have in front of you. I used them while dueling with friends in some tournaments I really won. The amount of fun that I had playing and collecting these is something I cannot put accurately into words. Here it comes. When Magic 30 came out, here it comes, at the $9.99 price tag. I've been slowly watching its path of destruction across many Magic Facebook groups, the Magic community as a whole, and the value level of reserved cards. I've seen Magic 30 cards sell higher than their unlimited counterparts in these groups. Yeah, that's an interesting conversation we're going to talk about. And the admins actively censoring people who try to speak out against Magic 30. Gee, censorship for people who speak out against Magic 30. What a surprise. Everyone says how bad Magic 30 and the current business practices of Hasbro are, but no one actually does anything about it. A lot of people in these groups have gotten rich with Magic and don't expect to stop. Like Rudy, right? And actively stop people from complaining. Like Rudy, right? The most ironic thing about all of that is if Magic 30 was priced at $25 or even $100 per little box, the negative implications of Magic 30 would have never happened. These factors, along with finding my passion for another game, MetaZoo, well, there goes the video. No one's going to believe it now. I'm kidding. A lot of people like other games, led to the hard decision to sell this full set of beta power to you. You will be able to appreciate it more than I can now, as for my love for Magic has been greatly overshadowed by the bad decisions of Papa Hasbro recently, along with finding a game that I love more than Magic. Thank you. Enjoy the cards. Thanks, Jared. So, before we go into the cards, let's unpack a few things here. So yeah, a lot of these people selling and a lot of transactions been involved within the last 90 days are correlated and related directly to the Magic 30 implications. And yes, what Jared said is correct, that there are the Magic 30 Power 9 cards that were just printed, that are not real or whatever, you guys want to go into all that crap again. They are selling more sometimes than the actual unlimited 1993 version. And yes, most private MySpace, Discord, Backpage, Silk Road, Tinder, Facebook groups that have certain admin individuals and people who have certain skin in the game and certain connections, they are very pro Magic 30. And they will defend it till the end of time, and they're allowed to. That is their opinion, and we are allowed to disagree with that opinion. But that is what makes the world worth, listening and discussing conversations with people we don't agree with, and that's okay. But it is a strange thing. There are people that discuss and root for Magic 30 to continually appreciate and be successful. I'm not really sure why. I mean, I can speculate, but there's no real proof evidence. But a lot of these individuals have never speculated and have never commented on certain topics and pricing of rare cards. And there's been some strange things in regard to these private groups. That's really all I can say about that particular topic. But yes, it is a strange thing. Let's get into the beta power here. So we have a whole set of beta power 9. Hey, look at that. You can see my hand. So first, we have a beta Mox Pearl graded at 5.5 over here. And of course, I don't really know what to say. It's just a played beta. Yes, again, the seller even stated on here that all these were played. He enjoyed them for a very long time. So none of these are going to be super minty. I'm honestly kind of surprised he got them graded. But I'm assuming he got them graded because when he went to sell them, he may have graded recently so that he could easily sell them online, the open market. Because essentially this transaction took place pretty easily. This was a really nice individual, and pretty much a very large store had given him a price quote. He asked if I was interested at the same price. He kind of gave me information. And I said, yeah, sure, it looks pretty good to me. And added $1,000, and well, we had a really enjoyable transaction. No risk, no drama, and it was just a really cool moment to share with everybody. So, of course, we have now the old Beckett 6 over here. Again, 5, 6, even 7. I consider these played cards. I'll tell you all right now. I don't care if the label on the top says excellent plus. I don't care if the next card says near mint plus. This is a played card. This is an excellent to mint card. I don't care what it says. Now, again, if you hold it from a distance, no, that still doesn't look like an excellent mint card. These are played cards. They have wear all the way around, and the eye appeal is still beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful eye appeal, but again, they have wear and play wear all over them. So the next card we have here is we got the old Beta Ruby over here. Now this is probably the nicest in the batch next to the Black Lotus. So we have a Beta piece of Mox Ruby over here. You even have a 9 in centering and 8 in corners. So this one's actually a better quality. Very good eye appeal. This is probably, I think this one might be the best eye appeal one. I don't know. You'll see in a second. Like the Sapphire is graded lower, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of nicer. So we've got, again, a 7.5. This one is nicer. You can see the cleaner corners. All the dust and my fingerprints and everything. Very nice there. So next we got the Jet. Again, graded a 6. Excellent to mint condition. Again, call it what you want. It is not excellent. It is not mint. This is an MP condition graded card. This is a moderately played, getting towards the heavy played condition card. This is, again, some areas are better than others. Like this back looks a lot better than the front. This, to me, is quite played. That is nowhere near excellent to mint. Well, hey, it's graded a 6. Now, on this one, like, to me, the eye appeal on this is why, again, buy the card, not the grade, unless you're dealing with, like, pristine 10s and, like, perfection gem mint above. Anything below a 9, you need to understand whether or not you're buying a played card, you need to understand the specific raw attributes of the card. So, for example, like, look at this. Whoa, there's a 9.5. It's just the centering. Calm down. Nobody cares. Again, great eye appeal. This Sapphire, to me, even though the Ruby is a higher grade, and this is the same grade, 6s and 5s, to me, this one is nicer. It has the eye appeal on this card on the front is tremendously nice. Is the surface really bad? No, the surface is a 7. I would say this one, to me, the back, see, I think this one is a better quality card, and that was really attractive to me. I really like that. So, again, when you deal with cards that are not 9, 9.5, 10, quad, plus, quad, 2 pluses, a minus, and divided by your X, when you deal with extremely high grade, you don't really go through this conversation. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is grade of 5. Now, if I didn't show you guys that grade, and I just showed you the card like this, to me, I would say, I don't know, what is this, like a 7 or something? This is a 5, ladies and germs, because the edges are 4.5. So again, the highest it could be is a 5 because that one subgrade. But again, because look at how much wear you have and play wear on this particular card, even on the back. Sorry, there's a lot of dust on these cases. Just came in through them. I've had a bunch of mail and dirt and everything. Anyways, but again, the eye appeal to me, even though it's a low grade card, the eye appeal on this is absolutely stunning for this first piece of blue power. So, and it matches our playmat. Next, we got Time Walk over here. Again, now this one, to me, once again, look at the card. Look at the beautiful eye appeal, the centering, the good, clean black edge. I mean, yeah, if you look real close, you can see all the nicks and chips across it from when the seller played with the card for many, many years. You can see all the white nicks and chips. But again, to me, this is a gorgeous card. It has authentic wear, and it's a beautiful card. Look at that. And yet this one is grade only a 6.5. And to me, the eye appeal, you're noticing, like I'm focusing on the term eye appeal, because some of these cards, the eye appeal is very different than the other ones. Because like we were talking about earlier, like look at this. This 5.5 looks like a 5.5. That is some serious wear. Look at that corner. Like that's actually a bent corner. But then you look at this 5. This is a lower grade. And to me, this looks nicer than the 5.5. Even though most likely it was because of that area right there. A lot of heavy wear. So it's very fascinating. All right, last but not least on this blue card here. This thing, the Time Twister, again, eye appeal, centering, beautiful card. The edge wear on here, if you look at it, the actual edge wear to me is pretty minimal. And yet, if you look at the subgrades, the edges is all the way down to a 6. It's the lowest grade on here. And you can see when you look all the way across it like that, you can see the edges, and see how worn that is around the side, but still a gorgeous card. Now, last but not least, we get to the 9th card of the Power 9. We have an absolutely beautiful Beta Black Lotus. Do you guys see that? Now, on this one, this is centering. You can actually see the off-center from left to right there, but absolutely beautiful card. Again, same thing. You can see the actual edges, and you can see the wear from when the individual played with the card over the years, but the actual quality of the card. Now, this one, again, this is a near mint plus, almost to mint. To me, that's not near mint. To me, this is played. It has play wear all the way across the top there. So that is the most interesting point I really want to make out to everybody, is that you need to be very careful when you're doing transactions for graded cards that are not in the high-end, gem mint, high-end kind of market. When you deal with cards that are pretty much below the 9s, 8 or less, you need to price the card the same as if it was raw. We are now in 2023, where Beckett and PSA and all the other grading companies are no longer backed up. There is not a 1 to 2 year backlog anymore of grading cards. The prices are through the roof, $100 a card to grade. Those days are over, ladies and gentlemen. The graded card world, the PSA, Beckett, and all the other, I think, PGCs, PCGs, CGC, and all these different graded companies are caught up and more back to normal. The average cost to probably grade a lot of these cards are back to probably $10, $20, $30 a card. The days of these extreme pricing on the card grading has shifted. And I'm telling you all, you need to purchase the card, not a specific grade, unless it's a 9 or above premium type of card grade. Okay, that is kind of the biggest takeaway. Now I want to jump over to a minute for the Magic 30 conversation, okay? Yes, the Magic 30 thing, we've all been through it. I've done so many videos on it. I'm just so tired of talking about it. I don't have a passion for it. You know I don't like it. You all know I'm biased toward it. And I will never understand why individuals find buying a Magic 30 Mox Sapphire or something. And why would you buy that card and pay more than an unlimited Mox whatever? I don't understand. It's not for me, and I've accepted that. I remember when it went live, and I was looking at the website, and I had the option to buy it for the $9.99 plus tax, or $1,100. I think on TCG Player, I think even after, I think the market's pretty stable, like $1,400, $1,500 for the Magic 30 boxes. So again, yeah, I could have bought, 30, 60, 100, I don't know, whatever, placed orders for them over and over, and I could have flipped them on TCG Player, and after shipping and fees, I probably would have made, $200 a piece? Which, again, you do that over and over, you can probably make $1,000, $2,000, and hopefully nobody returns it and opens and gets bad cards and you don't deal with fraud, but that, it's just not for me. And, I've made peace with that, but a lot of people, I'm telling you all, the amount of transactions in collection buying that I've been engaged with in the last 90 days is the highest it's been since the country was shut down in March, April of 2020. It is the amount of collections and deals in transit, back and forth, tracking numbers, registered high security mail, all these things. It is almost crazy and surreal. It is a real thing. And the side effects of Magic 30, the Pinkertons, the fireside chat, Cynthia Philip Morris Williams, reading Wikipedia, the cocktail party, all these things that happened in last year's bear market crash, not to mention Amazon dumps and all these things. And it is still having a lingering impact on the people who collect, invest, and even just play the game. And the people in distribution, the LGSs, across the board, there still remains a negative impact and negative dark cloud over the market. Now, you're always going to have people like me who are more wealthy and stable, and financially we don't go through that volatility because we're very fortunate. We're just sometimes just, all I can say to you all is, my life has turned out very fortunate. I'm very grateful and appreciative to that. No matter how good or bad my day is, no matter what kind of fraud or theft or bad person tries to send me messages or threats or stealing, and I'm still very fortunate. And it's important that I and anyone in that situation recognizes that. So when I look at something like this is still a piece of CCG history. There is nothing more iconic than what you all are looking at right now on this screen. Okay? I mean, this is the Beta Blackboard, the Alpha Beta Unlimited Power 9 is the most iconic images, arts, probably besides, I mean, maybe Sarah Angel, Shivan Dragon, maybe a couple other cards, Chaos Orb, some dual lands, but this is, when people talk about vintage or high-end Magic, this is what the Holy Grail looks like. And yes, these are not quads and 10s and 11s, but I'm telling you all, this, to me, is a 1994 Toyota Camry with low mileage and one original. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This! No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm trying to be serious. This is a beautiful sight. And I hope me sharing this with you all, and you all got to look at these and look at the grades and how each card looks. So, like, to me, I wouldn't have paid more or less money for this. Like, if this 7.5 was a 6 or 6.5, I would have paid the same amount on this collection. If this 5 was a 6, if this 6.5 was a 7, if this 5.5 was a 6.5, I wouldn't have changed the price. Because again, these are all played, and some of these, MP heading towards almost heavy played. Like especially these 5. I mean, this is MP condition. These are really well loved, but these are authentic. Again, people have this thing. Yes, the rarer, the better the condition, the more better long-term investment, this and that. But at the end of the day, there is something special about ABU Magic that has authentic playware from the era when card sleeves, and nobody understood that these things would ever have value in the future. And there's something special about that. So today's Power 9 purchase, again, I hope you guys enjoyed it, everything. Jared, I really appreciate you selling these to me and allowing me to match that large towards price and throw you a few extra bucks and enjoy everything. And glad you have a risk-free transaction. Everything was really great. Make sure you use all the money very wisely, because you guys know I ripped them off. Only paid them $500 for everything. But no, the massive amount of money this cost me. Use it wisely. Don't blow through it, because again, this is, when you're talking transactions that start going above $50,000, and we're going to that $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 range for something like this. When you start looking that kind of money, like it's, make sure, that's very big life money. That's real money in this world. Like, we're not talking, a good day's bad work or bad day's worth of, no. This is life-altering real money here. So, Jared, make sure you do the right thing with the insane amount of money. And, of course, folks, hope you enjoyed kind of looking at this stuff with me and sharing some memories. And that's all I have to say today, folks. Just remember, the basic fundamentals remain the same. No matter how many times the Pinkertons show up for your wife's boyfriend, no matter how many times Rudy makes memes or pumps dumps and all the drum on the internet, there are some things that are eternal and will outlast me, you all listening, and these cards. And that is the history and what happened with the beginnings of Magic and how we got here. These things are eternal in my opinion. And you can make fun of me all you want, but you are looking at museum level type of collectibles in history from the CCG world right here. And I always remain that. People can laugh all they want. But again, these suckers, remember, these are over 30 years old now. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. And as always, unfortunately, let me add one more thing before we cut it off. As much as I'd like to hope that these go up in value and, the insane amount of money I spent on this, does something and appreciates, I still don't see a market anytime soon that any of the cards in this video are going to appreciate in value anytime soon. I still love them. I'm willing to park money into it. I'm very fortunate that I can, and I really appreciate these, and it is like an extension of me and my life, but I do not see any easy money, quick tendies, or flipping opportunities in things like this. I mean, you could always flip it and try to make 5-10%, or you could buy a card for, $9,000 and try to flip it for 10. After fees, you make $500. There's always opportunities where you can do things like that and kind of churn the market. But as far as, that's not really for me. I'm not really a fan of that kind of thing. But I still, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to tell you guys about, hurry up and you gotta hurry and buy your beta power, hurry up and jump in the market because, you're going to miss out. I'm sorry. I just don't think that's the case. I think the prices you're seeing today are going to be the same for quite a while. And we could see, small market drops of another 10-15% or small market upticks of 10-15%. But I don't think we really see much price appreciation or anything dramatic anytime soon. That's my personal opinion. So have a beautiful day out there, everybody. As always, life is short. Make sure you're doing something you enjoy around people that you respect and appreciate.